everybody, Josh here with a quick product highlighting, every once in a while we talk about something that I love, or honestly maybe I forgot that I loved in the SILCA product range. And today it's this little guy known as the Schradero. It's a product that honestly we never really talked about. I don't even know if we even launched it. We did this, gosh, probably 4 or 5 years ago. It is a little, if you've ever used a quick disconnect pneumatic fitting for pressurized air, it's essentially one of those, but rather than loading little ball bearings that fit in a groove on a like a male fitting, it has these little jaws in there. We can try to hop in there and highlight and see if you can see that as close as possible, but it has these little jaws that grab the thread of a Schrader valve. And so what happens is they're kind of wedge shaped. You just push them onto the valve, they click and then lock in place. And then when you want to remove it, you just slide the sleeve and it pops right off. So it's push to connect, pull to disconnect, instantaneous engagement, zero loss of air. When you're using it, super handy. You can, screw this into your air compressor fitting, into any female Schrader thread on, old SILCA pump, something like that. And we make a barbed version, which is this one here. That is a 1/4 inch hose barb that will fit any old SILCA pump and pretty much any other pump on the market. It'll work with EPDM rubber hoses down to 5mm and up to 1/4 inch. So if you're intrigued, you can just take your old chuck off, put this guy in, and then any SILCA Presta chuck, your Hero, your disc crack pipe, any other chuck that we make can be popped right into there and used that way. I recently kind of fell in love with this product when my wife's car was losing air in one of its tires. I brought an Elettrico Ultimate home to fill it up and was actually kind of pleased. She's like, wow, that's really cool. I've never seen anything like that before. She normally doesn't care about any of the stuff that we make, quite honestly. But she's like, oh, that's super cool. And then I showed her how you could make it even more compact in this configuration. Turned out she did have a bolt in that tire, so we pulled it off. I actually plugged it with a plug kit, put one of these in the console just in case she needed it. And so she's been driving around with one ever since. Fast forward, my son and I went to Cars and Coffee last weekend here in Indy, and wow, Indy has an amazing cars and coffee scene. You can imagine, with all of the auto racing, people and industry here in town. So some pretty wild stuff will show up at your typical Cars and Coffee here in Indianapolis. Highly recommend. And we got to talking with somebody there, one of the Ferrari owners, and it had come up that he'd had a bolt or something in his tire, had it fixed. The tire pressure monitoring system was giving him trouble because they were like 1 PSI low. Some of those supercars have very sensitive tire pressure monitoring systems. He was 1 PSI low. We went to the car, we pulled this out, we popped it on, we put the PSI of tire in, and in that moment, we sold one to him, and then I took orders for about a dozen more from other people at Cars and Coffee. The selling point, I think, the Elettrico is super cool. Most people hadn't seen a device like that before, but with the quick disconnect, pop on, pop off, we were like we were like celebrities at Cars and Coffee for about an hour. Ended up selling about a dozen Elettricos and Schraderos while we were there. So it was kind of fun. So if you have a home compressor, most of those have Schrader thread-on or press-on fittings. You can buy a thread-on version for that. You can buy a thread-on for any of the electric inflators on the market, including the SILCA Elettrico. Or if you have a old-school pump, old-school inflator that needs a hose barb style, we sell that as well. So we'll put the link down below. It's called Schradero. Yes, that is a word that we made up. We try to name things Italian words. Sometimes we have a little bit of fun with that, hence the Schradero, the Gravelero, Yeah, I think we have a few of those out there that are not real Italian words, but so be it. Anyway, if you've used one or have experience, let us know in the comments below. I look forward to hearing what you have to say, and we'll see you next time.